can set me free.
Soon, we're coming soon. Alright, we might as well go live. Fuck it. Why not?
Let's do it. Punk.
Rehaw!
We got Punk in the ring.
We're really excited. We're still setting up just a tiny bit, but Ryan, why don't you take us away and tell us what we're doing here tonight?
So we're watching some Monday Night Raw, and we got our boy CM Punk in the ring, and he's about to lay a pipe bomb on Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
Yeehaw! Oh, look at him in his jeans.
Yeah.
Real quick thing though, is your stuff ready? Are you doing your thing? Yes, cool. Alrighty, we are here. It is Monday. I am a little underprepared, but we're ready. We're ready. We're functioning. We're gonna do this. I'm excited for Monday Night Raw. What did we do yesterday?
Very angry.
He looks angry.
We watched UFC 5, the first ever super fight or whatever, and it was kind of a bad super fight, if I'm being honest. The actual main event was really good, but that like 35 minutes of basically missionary, not the vibe.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was I think every time
like good to them and their cardio like threshold, but like that was, I would have been pissed if I like bought tickets for that.
It was intense. I think some of the old stuff just like shows us why they do the things that they do and the way that they do them now. So we're grateful for modern UFC, but it's also nice to see our history. But here we are, back to CM Punk, and he's gonna remind us why we love the world the way it is. And I'm gonna do this posture. Look at him. He's perfect. He's like the hottest frog you've ever seen.
We've grown and matured as human beings. At least I did. And apologies to Jey Uso, who, when I came back to this company, warned me about Paul Heyman. But Paul is Paul. He's who he is always.
Paul is Paul. I don't like that they're orange. I don't like that any of them are orange. I want them to be less orange.
So yeah.
I mean, that's also what happens when you have to be online. Look at his eyes, though. He's got great eyes.
He's got those massive bags.
I have to shove my commentary back into the depths it comes from. Yeah, but that's just like what happens to men when they get older. That's what happens to everybody, right? You get like wrinkles and shit. It doesn't make you less hot.
I mean, I don't think it's just men.
I'd still touch tips with him. Allegedly. Yeah. He still has the like punk vibe. That's all that matters.
Oh, here he is. Oh, he's coming right out. This is a setup.
Have a fight between the friends. Is it hot in Toronto today? It was like 24 degrees here.
It was pretty nice. I wouldn't say hot, but it was really nice.
Really?
Oh, here's Seth.
It was hot as today. I went on a nice walk. It was incredible. I do like Seth Rollins. Like outside of his character here.
Yeah. It's such
also,
like a
as a character, I kind of like him.
They're such strange bedfellows.
Right? I was gonna say, like, I'm like, if you're gonna be a villain, like, be a fun villain. Wear a coat made of a snake. You know? Full send it. Don't just be, like, a half-ass villain that just, like, wears a suit. Dyes himself orange.
That looks pretty snakeskin to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
If you're gonna be an asshole, just, like, full send, be an asshole.
You don't like the Braun Breaker way, where he just wears a black suit?
I just don't like being a henchman, you know. Don't be a henchman. Be like the main character. If you're gonna fuck shit up, be Joker. Make it obvious. No, you don't agree? Why are you sideways?
Sorry, say that again.
I said if you're gonna be like a villain, you gotta be Joker. You can't be like a henchman.
That's
no
fair.
fun. If you just like, you gotta do it 0 or 100.
I don't see them coexisting for very long.
Yeah, no.
I think Braun Breaker's gonna want the spotlight.
Yeah. I feel the same way towards Braun Breaker as like a spotlight character, the same way that I feel towards Ilya being a spotlight character, but that just might be my own biased opinion.
Yeah.
It's definitely my own biased opinion, but we'll see how that plays out for them. I'm eating Alfredo type pasta, but it's bow ties.
For years, he believed in you when no one else did. You know what I believe? I believe that you're scum. I believe that you're trash. I believe that you are human excrement. And my belief
That's not very nice.
was the right one.
Huh.
It's just when I think that, just when I think that I can't believe you any more than I already do. You stand there in that ring, the reason that I am not world heavyweight champion right now. You ain't ever gonna be champion as long as I'm on 2 feet.
Ooh. Fred loves them some Punk. Couldn't even say that.
You love punishment, you love suffering, you love being
I wonder what kind of snake.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good question.
Right? That's a very big snake. I just feel like Braun Breaker could like have achieved his like own destiny and like not destiny but like what's the word for it? You also can tell that he's right-handed. Like achieve his own like
cleansed fist.
no because of the different like the color difference between his two hands.
Oh.
He used to like apply it.
Huh.
I feel like he was on a good trajectory and he like could have made his own like legacy and all that crap without having to like join the band of assholes.
Yeah.
I get that it's written, but it still makes me annoyed. Like no,
I feel
false.
like you'll forgive
You
him once he turns on Seth.
Huh?
I feel like you'll forgive him once he turns on
I know,
Seth.
but I liked him as like what is it, a baby face? Like I liked him as the good guy. He could have made a whole Wreck-It Ralph thing.
Huh.
Now he's like the idiot that did idiot things. I'm not on board with that. It makes me sad. I mean, he's just like doing this man's like side jobs. Like, what is that? I hate it. I'm a little salty.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? I need to.
Here comes Sammy.
Give me 2.5 seconds. I'm gonna go get. Alrighty. Who wants to choose nail polish colors with me? I really want to go for white again, but what do you think, Ryan?
Go for white.
But I just did white. I did like a.
Well, do pink.
Well, it was like a. I like this one. I'm down to like repaint the white.
Oh.
But yeah. Should I just do it?
Just give you two things, and you're like, nope, nope, nope.
Well, it's pink white. It's the color. Look, see. It's both
green.
pink.
Oh, that's my favorite color. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll do green. Jeez.
Oh my god. Pick red.
Okay, green, red, or pink. Like,
What? What do you want?
I kind of want the white again.
Oh my god. Do white then.
Yeah. Oh wait, they're different colors. I should do the okay. I'll do the pink. It's like pink white. Cool. I didn't know I had to. See, they're different colors, guys. I want the men to see and choose the difference between them. They are, in fact, different colors.
Okay.
Alright. I also have these, like, press-on nails that I've been, like, gently and slowly building. But, like, isn't that cute? You can't see that. But, like, you get 5 of them. Look, it's spicy. It's for going places. Is he fighting now? Dumb.
Always. Always fighting.
Always
in a bad mood.
fighting. Always in bad. My hair is coming out. Oh, it's Penta. I don't like blue Penta. I'm not a fan of blue Penta. Not gonna.
I'm
lie.
happy you're a fan of Penta.
I'm a huge fan of Penta, but I don't like blue Penta. Crit Penta is not my thing.
Maybe it's just a phase.
I like him red. Even pink?
What if he goes to green?
Green is fine. Yeah, see, look. But I'm not down with blue. It's just not his thing.
You know what's a little tidbit?
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice when wrestlers like this that have like very like colorful aesthetics, like they go this type of route. You know why they change their look every so often?
Why? See, red Penta. Fantastic. Why?
For action figures. Because they change their gear, they get a new action figure made, and then they make more money.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what? Actually, there's a comic book store around where I'm at, and I was seeing all the the WWE action figures. What I don't know why we don't have is UFC action figures. I'm like,
there's no UFC action figures?
not that I've seen. I'm sure there is, but like they're not as like they're just starting to come out with like merch and stuff, like more merch.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
which
crazy
I think
to
is
me.
stupid, right? I'm like, we should be selling these like fucking hotcakes. I would buy a
Who
UFC
did I
action
have this
figure.
discussion with?
I would buy
Was
a
this with
Sean
you?
action figure. I think so. I feel like we had a similar discussion.
Yeah, I was talking
earlier.
about like, yeah, there's UFC action figures. There has to be.
But I don't know if they're by UFC. You know what I mean? Let's look it up.
That would be ridiculous.
Chat, tell me.
Like, that
tell
feels
me
like
this
so
is-
much money left on the table.
Is there UFC action figures? I don't even want to type at it. I've been so lazy today. Chat says. Oh, there. I was wrong. But there are officially licensed UFC action figures by McFarlane Toys, Jazzwares, Jack Pacific, and Round 5. I guess. But they're like I guess. There's like the packaged ones.
Well, that
I guess that counts. They kind of look like those like pop. What are they called? Pop, whatever.
pop figures.
Pop figures. There seems like there's like a few that do them, or they're like the action figures where it's like a standalone like action figure, and they're like standing in a certain position. But there's no like big market like dolls. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I feel like UFC does them in, like, mass production kind of thing. I feel like we need more of those. I want like a
You want a UFC
Sean.
doll?
I want a Sean Strickland Barbie.
Oh,
It'd be perfect. Yeah, just have Barbie like partner with both WW and UFC. It'd be great. I'd pay money. I'd pay good money. Oh, it's these two. I'm down with this. I have the entire Juno soundtrack just stuck in my head.
oh, so they're going to Saudi Arabia. So WWE goes to Saudi Arabia too. So this should be a
Ayo.
somewhat big show.
Yeah, tonight it's in. What does it say? KFC Yum Arena, Louisville, Kentucky. That's cool. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I'm actually down with all these like UAE, Saudi partnerships. It sounds like a great time. The UAE is fire. They have a shit ton of money and fairly reasonable morals.
Yeah. Oh, Pat McAfee's back out.
Why is he wearing those glasses?
What? Why did he fall that quickly?
Maybe he just like actually slipped. Or I'm incorrect. We don't know yet. We shall see.
Yeah, why is... yeah, I'm curious where they're gonna go with this, because you know the El Grande Americano shtick, yeah?
Do tell.
Well, you know, you've been watching, right? The El Grande?
Yes, but still do tell. The which
Well,
stick?
that's...
The part where he pretends to be somebody else?
Well, that's him in the ring. El Grande, well, supposedly.
Right, what's his name? No.
Chad Gable.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Outside of the thing. Okay.
So...
Tell me your thoughts.
I thought it would be El Grande versus,
Penta?
Penta. But it's
But didn't
the
they
actual
do that
Chad
at
Gable.
some point, or no?
What?
Didn't they do El Grande versus Penta? Didn't we watch that at some point?
It's possible. Well, El Grande screwed over Penta on Saturday to help Dominic retain his title.
Yeah. Yeah. But he didn't like figure it out or do whatever, right? I wonder. There must be a point where like he figures it out and then they all have like a big shit fit about
everyone
it. Like,
knows
on screen.
that
Yeah,
Chad
but, like,
Gable's El Grande.
You know, in game, and they all.
Well, no, even
do
the
the
wrestlers
whole...
all know. The only one who's like saying no is the one commentator who's like,
Oh.
"You don't know for sure."
Oh, I see. Okay, well.
But the joke is that everyone knows who it is.
Re.
You're gonna try and take his mask off.
That's just not very nice at all. Do they ever actually like remove the mask?
It has been done before.
Okay.
It's like a big like disgrace in lucha libre to remove your mask. Like in Mexican wrestling, like lucha libre style, they'll do like mask versus mask matches.
I see. Burn update. I think this part might be a problem.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, you can see my scar this time. Look! It's disgusting. But it's okay. I'm hoping that it heals. I've been putting cream on it.
Oof. Back to the not real commercial.
They're talking about it.
It's like a commercial break, but it's not a real commercial break. Well, at least not for us. It's old school. So Penta is the whole reason Chad Gable started this whole El Grande Americano thing.
Why?
Because he lost to Penta in his debut match.
Oh.
So he went on a trip to Mexico to find out the secret to luchadors. And there was like a scene where, like, I guess a Mexican promoter gave him like a treasure box and he opened it, and I'm assuming it was the mask.
Ah.
Because then we saw the vignettes for El Grande Americano.
It's like that one movie, The Mask.
Yeah.
I like that. I heard them use ground and pound. I actually really like the idea that they're using these like cross sports theme words, because I feel like you can like very gently educate on all of like the takedowns and stuff for UFC as well too.
Well, Chad Gable in real life, I think he's like a silver medal
wrestler
medalist in the Olympics for wrestling.
Yeah. But you don't ground and pound in wrestling, right?
No, it's
Right,
strictly
yeah.
going for pins and stuff. And
How do you win wrestling? Is it just pin them? Like submission?
You could pin them or you win by points.
Right. That's cool. What did you say your favorite submission was?
I like the Kimura lock.
Yeah, I agree with that. That one is fun.
How about yours?
I mean Ezekiel still, but like,
Ezekiel.
I'm a fan, both yelling it and just doing it.
I'm not saying nothing.
It's not bad. We did watch 34 whole fucking minutes of Royce Gracie trying to do an Ezekiel yesterday, so, you know, it's a reasonable
So
one.
I hate that move now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like there's more to that, though.
Oh.
Now I can't do anything but just sit here and look pretty. Same. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, they are so muscly though. That's crazy.
No, they're jacked. Yeah, Gable's in great shape.
Yeah. I could not imagine. Wow, dude.
Look at that. Look at it. Look at this bridge. Like
Every
right
time
into
they
it.
do that, it's insane. Cause I'm just like the amount of like the fact that they can just like maneuver their necks around to to like not get hurt. Like that's what I find impressive is that they're not getting injured from that.
That's crazy, and he doesn't even like drop him back on his feet. Like he just deadlifts him the whole time.
Right.
Boom. Oh. Thought he had him.
Wow. Impressive. I do love Mondays now, though. I'm like, Mondays
Yeah.
is when I get to see Punk.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that was cool. Neat.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
There's a lot of rolling happening. See, the thing here is that, like, and I think we see it, like, kind of when we switch over to UFC, but I also feel it here, where, like, you usually, like, count those two, but then they usually kick out, right? In UFC, it doesn't happen that way, and I've seen you be like, oh, can he get out right now? And it's like, no, he can't. No, he's stuck there for longer than a count of three. Like, he's gonna be there for, like, 10 minutes at least.
Yeah.
I think that's the, like, big difference, is that for that, like, here there's this like continuation of the story and then they do some more action, whereas like UFC the action's like not guaranteed. Like if they're wrestling for, like in modern UFC it's like 5 minutes only, but in old UFC, as we've seen, like if it's happening for 35 minutes, there's no change. Doesn't matter if it's not fun to watch. Like they don't give a fuck. They're just gonna do it. So I think that's a big difference.
Yeah, this one's about putting on a show.
Yeah, right. That's interesting.
While having like just the right amount of suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like accept that it's fake, but not want it to look completely fake.
But when I first started watching, I was just like, what do you mean he kicks out? Like, you can't just choose to get out of, like, the situation coming at it from, like, a UFC perspective, but I see how it, both are important, or whatever.
Yeah.
Different
the only
strokes.
real, like, comparison with UFC and WWE is, like, the way they advertise big matches, and there is a significant amount of athleticism involved.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain moves that they're repeating, though, right? And
yeah, they definitely
share.
use like real submissions in WWE. Like you could be like, I feel like you can take.
But also that suplex we saw, right? That was impressive. Yeah. Like, if we saw more of those in UFC, I would be super impressed. It's just, like, they're hard to pull off IRL because you have to be in a very special spot to have somebody allow you to throw them onto the ground like that. Like, it's not safe.
Yeah, and, like, a power bomb, I think that's been done once or twice.
What's a power bomb?
So, it's when they have, like, both their legs on their thigh, and both their legs on their shoulder, and then they pick them up, and they just throw them onto the ground.
Oh, yeah. I feel like
the position of it, like a go-go plata, but then the guy who's being given the move stands up and throws him on the ground.
Yeah, I think that, I don't think we've seen it, or maybe we have, where, like, he stands up and, like, throws him back down.
I think Pride.
Yeah, but there's, like, times where they have, like, their arm. You'll see it when, like, one guy has an arm, and he doesn't let go and, like, stands up with the arm, like, trying to get an arm bar. And so he's not letting go of the arm while also standing up, and so the other fighter that's on the ground can't get their arm out, and they end up coming up together, and then they will, like, slam them back down. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but
I've
I'm
definitely seen it.
sure it'll come.
I've seen it.
You've seen it. You've witnessed it with your eyeballs. I'm
I look
excited
like
to see Rhea Ripley.
crap.
Look at that fucking feather coat. I want a feather coat. Do you remember those years all the girls would show up in like boas? Two rings.
No.
No? You don't remember? Oh, fucking man. We went through all sorts of fashion experiences and y'all didn't even notice. Shows how much guys pay attention.
Yeah, we were probably just like, oh, she's hot. So,
There was like an entire ass summer. I'm pretty sure it was like after Pride that everybody was like doing boas.
I didn't do it.
Boys didn't even give a shit. Okay.
Huh. Thought you didn't dress for boys.
We don't dress for boys, but you would think that you guys would care a little bit more than just like, wow, she has clothes on.
Mr. Fox asks, what's a boa?
A boa, hello, Mr. Fox. It's like those feathery, the feather thing that she wore, but it's like a big snake scarf, basically. It's a scarf made of feathers, like flamingo feathers or black feathers or whatever, and you like put it on, and the like burlesque ladies would have them. So we would do like a whole outfit with the feathers and the tutu and the whatever. It was a good time.
Would you wear a boa, Mr. Fox?
Dressed to impress. your other friends.
Yeah.
See, as soon as it gets dark, my video gets laggy. No, it's a good time.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Mr. Fox. I wouldn't either.
Y'all are silly. You just have to, I don't know, be born a girl or something.
How goes Mr. Fox, by the way? You watching Raw with us?
Yeah, it's Monday night. Thanks for stopping by our thing. I immediately apologize for the lag in my video. It's nighttime. My computer. Let's see if this works. Oh, that's bright as shit. Yeah, see? Immediately it works with me, but I just don't like that lighting. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Makes me feel so pale. It's like staring at me. I hate it. No, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Let it be laggy. I could shine an entire light on me, but that would be...
We're honored that we're going to be your commentary for the show. I'm going to give you all the play-by-play.
Ayo. What are we on now? We're on a commercial break.
So what do you think of, did you see Backlash, Mr. Fox? What did you think of it?
We watched Backlash. What was it, Saturday?
Yeah, it was Saturday.
It was my first Backlash, so I was pretty entertained. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of those B-list pay-per-views or PLEs. You'll start to realize a lot of them are not the same, but they have the same vibe, just a different name.
Was it shorter
I know what you mean.
than a regular?
It was only 5 matches.
How long did it go?
It was like 2.5 hours, I think.
2.5, yeah.
I feel like 6 matches would be like a perfect limit for those cards. It gives each match time to tell their story. I feel like 5 is just one too short. But then there's AEW that has like 8, 9, 10 matches in a single pay-per-view, which I think is way, way, way too much. 6 is like a good sweet spot to me, as far as I'm concerned. Oh my god.
I just don't want it to burn my fucking screen, I swear to god. Okay, that's better.
But all in all, I liked every match. I can honestly say like I was entertained by every single match.
I thought it was neat. I'm really excited. Getting into UFC. I think it's cool. Not UFC. WWE. I think it's cool that there's like all these different things and experiences where they fight each other. I'm excited to see the Money in the Bank one, and then the what was the other one?
Oh, I
The
know for a fact you're gonna love a Money in the Bank ladder match.
the castle thing that you keep talking about,
I
and the
think the next
beach
one's
one.
Clash in Paris
Okay.
Beach.
Did you say something about a beach?
Well, there's Bash at the Beach, but I don't know if they're gonna do that.
Oh, well, that sounds like fun.
There's SummerSlam, if
Either
that's the
one of
beach
those
one you're
things.
thinking of.
It sounds fun. I want to see it. Oh my god, excuse me.
SummerSlam is basically like WrestleMania in the summer. Like, especially now that it's 2 days, it's basically the same thing.
I want them to be surrounded by like floaties and sand. I want them to wrestle at the beach. That sounds fun. Dom doing Dom things. I don't like this partnership. I don't like that man. What's his name?
Carlito or Dom?
Sure. The one holding the skull. I don't like his vibe.
No, that's Carlito.
I don't like that partnership. I don't trust it.
Well-established turret vibe. Best viewers streamboo.com.
Yeah, stream boo.
Okay.
You gotta room the space
That
though.
seems like a real person.
For sure. Interestingly enough, they check in. That comment checks in like every stream.
That's so funny.
Just consistently tell us to commit fraud. It's okay. Don't listen to the ghosts in your head.
Carlito is dope. He used to spit on the face of people who were not cool. That
Yeah.
he did. I used to think that was so funny.
Like
And I
literally
think I actually
spit
did that
on
to
the
my
face.
friend once. And now that I'm no longer an 11-year-old kid and I realize how rude spitting an apple on someone's face is, to my friend that I did that to, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't spit on your friends, guys. That will not earn you
But
more
I
friends.
thought it was so funny when I did it.
I had to explain to a teenager why bullying your friends is not going to gain you more friends a few months ago. Foreign concept.
Please, tell me more.
That was essentially it.
Oh.
The teenagers were learning how to utilize their newfound popularity that they found through bullying people, but then were confused why people were not being friends with them. I was like, well, because when you're mean to people, they don't like it. They were just, their mind was blown.
Yeah.
I was like, it seems simple, but apparently not. It's okay, we all learn.
But what if my bullying's like really funny?
That's exactly what they said. I was like, well, it's funny to you. Clearly not to them. They're like, oh, okay, so I gotta be nice in order to maintain friendships? I was like, yeah. They were like, I'll try that one.
That sounds stupid. I don't want to do that.
I'm pretty sure they did come back eventually. They were like, oh, they like me more. I was like, well, surprise, surprise.
What did you think of McAfee versus Gunther? I thought that match had potential to be terrible, but for what it was, I really enjoyed it.
I like Gunther. I was just excited to see Gunther back on the screen. I have no reasonable opinion on this. I just think Gunther's cool.
Yeah.
He's my European dad. I ruined this nail, guys. And I put it on my pants. Probably shouldn't have done that. It's okay. And this thing didn't even come off. Oh, that's stupid. Come here, you dickhead. Oh. How are you feeling about the, what's his name? The dude that's the reporter, the announcer? That guy?
McAfee
Yeah.
or Michael Cole?
Was he like a legitimate, wrestler before?
Not really.
So they're just bringing him on now?
No, he's been an announcer the whole time. Pat McAfee, yeah, he did NFL. He was a punter in the NFL.
Interesting. On his way out of like WWE?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go because he goes to do college football. I'm pretty sure.
Do what in college football? Like announce?
But sorry.
Like
Yeah, I
announcing?
think
Oh, okay.
announce college football. Yeah.
I was like, I don't think he's in college, to be entirely honest, boys.
Well,
Not with that attitude. Um, Interesting. So are they just like utilizing him being here still?
well, because he has like a really popular podcast, so they want to give that mainstream appeal by having Pat McAfee on.
Oh, I see. Well, by that measure, you should get Joe Rogan to become a
I don't think he
wrestler.
liked wrestling very much.
I know, but that would be hilarious.
I would. I don't need to
Hezbollah,
see Joe
that
Rogan
would
if
be
I'm
even
being
more
honest.
hilarious. Oh my god. I would pay big money to go see Hezbollah do wrestling.
What?
Hezbollah, he's like this dude, Dagestan, but he has like some genetic situation that makes him, I don't know, like 3 foot, and he looks like a baby, but he's like 23 or something like that. Fuck shit up.
Right.
Yeah, that would be fun. Diggity down.
I don't really care much for this tag run. Like, if I'm being honest, they seem kind of. Ugh.
I think you have a thing against the New Day. Why don't you like them? I like them. I think they're great.
They're just not doing.
They're
it
supposed
for
to be
me.
heels?
They're like kind of funny, but like. I don't know.
I feel like I feel like within Raw, they're a good,
SmackDown tag division's much better, but I don't really like Fraxium. I don't really like them.
no.
Or Draxium. I don't remember.
That's the dude with the long hair and somebody else, right?
And the mask. Yeah,
What are the two guys that I like on Friday?
it might be them.
One of them's blonde. They have long hair.
Yeah, and the other guy's wearing a mask.
No. No, they look like elves. Neither of them are wearing masks. They vote.
Elves.
Yeah. The
Oh,
fancy
Pretty
ones.
Deadly.
Yeah, those guys. I like
Yeah,
those
they're
guys.
alright. Yeah,
I'm a fan of those. I feel like Friday has like a better selection of Double Trouble.
Double Trouble.
Friday is a little
Double Trouble.
no. Oh, look at that. What's your opinion on John Cena's heel turn, Ryan?
I think they fumbled WrestleMania 41. I like the story they're going with now. I like the promos he was cutting, like building up to the Orton feud. I think it's bounced back a bit after the Mania 41, because honestly, the Mania 41 build was pretty lackluster. Felt like half-ass. Like there really should have been a lot more to it. But I think it did pick up. I like the promo he cut with Orton, where Orton said he needed to have kids, and then he starts picking a fight with the kid in the crowd. It's so fucking ridiculous. But him and Orton was fine. Like, they've had worse matches. They've definitely had worse. But it is.
I feel like it definitely
missing-
wasn't as satisfying as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it's definitely missing something. It doesn't feel like big time. It kind of feels like it's just funny. It's just really funny.
Yeah, after all
Yeah.
the build up, I kind of thought it was gonna be a little bit more than that, to be honest.
He just sounds so ridiculous all the time. I think it's hysterical. Yeah.
How do
like,
you
that's
feel
true.
about it, Mr. Fox?
Yeah, it's true. But I will say they have had worse matches. They definitely have. But they've also had a few better ones. So
I want to go to Louisville. Look at that. America looks like so
Yeah.
much fun. They have all these like little cities all over the place.
if they do Cena versus R-Truth that Saturday night's main event, I will really like that, because
Look at that.
I think
CM
Oh.
Punk and Sami Zayn. I love it. That's a great team.
So Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn. That's Saturday night's main event. This should be a fun show, Matt. At this main event.
Nice main event. What are you? Good? You gonna do this?
No.
I'm good, but I'm not. I'm having a hard time trusting you. Fair enough. I had a hard time trusting you. You
Help.
usually less of you.
Nothing
I did.
helps.
You know what? That
It's
worked out
just
pretty well for
darkness.
us. Look, man, I'm not stupid. I know. You like to do things your way.
I know my camera.
You got your goals, you got your ambitions. I'm not that different. Like to do things yeah, I like to do things my way. I have my trust me, I have my ambitions. But the truth is, neither of us gonna get anything done. Not with those guys standing in the way.
Yeah, it's my first time experiencing it, so I don't have like quite a comparison to what it would be. But from all the build up, I kind of expected it to be a little bit more live, and I was pretty impressed with like the rest of the wrestling. But also we watched like 4 days in a row, so I was like, whatever. I didn't feel like I need to be super impressed at that point.
I think it doesn't feel as like big time as I thought it would feel. You know what I mean?
I also don't have anything
It
to
just
compare
kind of
it
feels
to.
like a parody.
Mm.
Like it feels not.
Mm.
It is funny. Like I will say, it's a lot of the stuff he says has me dying. But I don't know. Maybe they just doing a slow burn. But
Has The Rock
yeah,
wrestled?
I was there too, Mr. Fox. Actually, I was in the. I'm very happy I was in the arena for that.
He texted me and
There
he
we
was
go.
like very upset, like genuinely upset about it. And I was like, interesting. Like this man is having feelings about this experience. It must be important.
Yeah, that was crazy to see. That was crazy to see. Yeah, like that's like an all-time like moment for me. Um,
Oh, because The
obviously
Rock was
didn't
there
like.
too, right?
Yeah, The Rock was there.
Did he wrestle? Is he still like? Does he still do stuff?
He wrestled last year for WrestleMania 40, and I don't
Interesting.
think he's retired yet.
Interesting.
But I don't think he has much more than 3 matches in him, if that.
Did he wrestle? Like, when did he stop? Or did he stop wrestling at any point?
He wrestled from 1996 to 2004 full time.
Okay.
He left to do Hollywood and movies. Um, Made a big name for himself. Became like a big actor, like biggest in the world at one point, if not still.
Mm.
Then he came back in 2011 to host WrestleMania 27, and then he started a feud with John Cena for WrestleMania 28. Um,
Spicy.
yeah, that was like a.
What's his next film?
Oh, I have no clue. I don't really follow his acting career anymore.
Ah. Look at that shoe. That's a fancy shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he deserves it though. I feel like he's done so much work in Hollywood.
Oh, isn't he doing one for some UFC? Yes, yes. Yeah. Who is it?
Aw.
Who is it about? The Rock plays an MMA fighter, but I don't know who it is. So
That's
you'd actually be
exciting.
interested in that.
I'm really happy with all of like the sporting movies that are coming out this year. Like there's the F1 movie that's coming out. I'm sure they're doing, I guess, UFC stuff. I feel like there's something else coming out. I've been watching a lot of like Netflix wrestling stuff. You know that Netflix is coming out with a lot
Yeah.
of like documentaries on a lot of these spaces. So I think it's really cool that they're like making it fun to watch. I know they used to do that way back then, like when, and they would like make like documentaries
Oh,
and shit, but they're doing it again.
so I know you're not watching right live right now, Mr. Fox, but you're seeing the Creed brothers versus the War Raiders, and it's kind of just a match that's okay.
I like War Raiders. I didn't at first, but I kind of like them now.
Is it the beards?
It's the tattoos, actually. Again, it's not the right beard. That's not the beard.
Ugh,
That's not the beard that I go for. I like that beard. I like the full long experience, the Viking situation. But like I like it conceptually, not personally, if that makes sense.
CM Punk's segment opened the show. Actually, that was all right. They announced Sami Zayn and CM Punk versus Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins tag match at Saturday night's main event.
On Saturday.
Yeah,
But that's on Saturday, right? Not now.
that's not this Saturday. It's the next one.
Okay. Are they wrestling today?
No.
Ugh, that's
Well, they
stupid.
might, but I don't. I don't think so.
I live for CM Punk. Just let me see him. Please.
He was already here.
I know, but I just want an entire night of CM Punk standing on the stage and talking about his
Oh,
life. He doesn't have to wrestle. He can wrestle his demons. I'll be happy.
I should send you. I should send you his.
A
his
screensaver
interview
where he just
with the
bounces.
WWE.
Oh, fuck. I thought my shit set on fire there for a second. It didn't. We're good. What?
I said I should send you his interview from when he quit WWE in 2014.
That sounds wonderful.
And he was pissed.
I'd love to watch it.
Ripped into them.
Oh, poor baby.
Like he hated them. Yeah, that was crazy when that happened.
But also, I feel like if you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna find out. Like,
if you
join
heard
it.
a lot of the stuff he went through, I could see why he was so pissed.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that wrestling was not the most ethical space up until recently,
No.
so, you know. Arguably.
I mean, it's show business, so there's only. It's gotten better, but there's only so ethical you can really get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like he still made quite the name, though, because, like, me being a person that hasn't really watched wrestling, like, still knowing who he was is pretty impressive.
He could have been bigger if they just let him.
Why do you think they didn't?
He wasn't their idea of what a wrestler should be.
In what way?
He didn't fit the stereotypical pro wrestler mold. He wasn't like a super jacked big guy. They didn't like him because he spoke his mind and he wasn't fake, and they just weren't used to someone like that.
Sucks to suck, motherfuckers.
So there was a lot of pettiness involved with like him getting over on his own because he wasn't supposed to.
That just sounds like corporate bullshit.
Yeah, it really is a lot of corporate crap.
That's dumb. Well, we can see what happens when you try to limit people like that. They make a name for themselves anyways, and then you have to incorporate it into
he
your
was
shit.
like, and when he quit, he's like, "Screw you
Dude,
guys!
that
I made enough money
balance.
here. I don't need you guys."
Whoa. This is why I like these dudes. Because just, again, I like heavyweights doing stuff. I always think it's super impressive when heavyweights do absolutely any kind of, like, agile sportsmanship type stuff. It's just neat. And, like, you gotta know how to move your body. I would, like, trip over my own feet trying to run out of speed. So...
I think the WWE in 2014 one, I feel like you kind of saw the AEW exit coming.
What's AEW?
You know what I mean? That's the other wrestling promotion. That's the number 2 wrestling promotion in America.
Ah, I see.
All Elite Wrestling. It's on TBS.
Your mom.
What?
Nothing. His mom's lovely. JK. Heart.
Yeah. What? That didn't even fit to what I said.
I know, shut up! I'm just trying to be funny. Why was it more nuts? Answer that question. I'm interested in hearing it.
It's just WWE was just if everything he had to unpack in 2014 like about WWE, like the timing of it, like no one saw it coming.
And
And
sorry,
when
when
you
did he
heard
start?
Ooh, Punk,
Yeah.
he got signed by WWE in 2005.
Really?
Yeah,
He seems like such a 90s character.
I think he started wrestling in like '99.
Yeah, but he seems like a 90s character, not even like a late 90s. Maybe that's when he
Right, but
developed
he
his
was
essence. Pepsi tattoos.
well. His whole shtick was that he was straight edge. He didn't do any drugs and stuff like that. He didn't drink.
But that was partially like that. That's what the interesting part is that like when I was child and like we'd go to like all ages shows or whatever and we'd have like the crossies on our hands and stuff. I remember like because I didn't watch wrestling but I knew who he was and I remember I thought it was cool and I was like I felt a lot cooler to have like X's on my hands and not feel bad being like oh it could mean straight
Yeah.
edge and like it could mean that I don't do stuff and like there's an adult that is making this cool that I can like point to and be like I don't have to like consume shit and stuff so I think he made such a huge impact
No, he was good.
which
Don't
is
get.
incredible.
Yeah, he was good for that regard.
Yeah.
Um, but
WWE is silly for not seeing that when it was happening.
well, the thing is that probably is what helped him because he got big. Like they started like pushing him. Um, when the Chris Benoit incident happened and WWE
Oh
was under
yeah.
a lot of scrutiny
That was
with
2004, right?
steroids and drugs. That was 2007.
2007. Yeah.
With like steroids and drugs, and he was like the perfect person to shove in like the media's face. Like, see, we have this wrestler here. He doesn't drink. He doesn't do drugs. So what are you talking about? Like, he was like the perfect person to like try to promote because he was actually like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, same him and well, John Cena drank, but John Cena was also very squeaky clean, and they really needed to change their image because they were like they were on the brink of just being like deleted altogether because there was a lot of backlash.
Haha. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I wonder if UFC was facing similar. Probably not though, because it's not so tied in with like personality stuff. Why is Braun constantly just like he just reminds me of a shivering chihuahua now? It bothers me.
He looks angry.
He's got chihuahua vibes. Yeah, chihuahuas are also angry. You know? Just pet him.
But yeah, to answer your question, I think his 2014 exit was more nuts. The big
I'm upset
the most
about
nuts thing
this
about his
transfer.
AEW exit was that he came to WWE. That is the like what makes that the AEW exit so nuts is that it eventually led to him returning in Survivor Series.
So did he leave WWE to go to AEW and then came back to WWE?
Well, he left
Not
WWE
to, but,
2014.
like...
He just quit wrestling altogether. He had a stint in UFC for a bit.
Oh, right, yeah, we watched that. A stint. What was it, 2 fights?
Yeah, it was not very good at all. Then he came back. He joined AEW in 2021. Yeah, it was awful. I was being a little nice. It was terrible. He should not have been there.
He tried. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's different strokes and different talents, guys.
Okay, I will say, like, it's fine if he wanted to do MMA, but he didn't need to go right to UFC.
Yeah, that's a pretty big. Well,
like,
but it's like that's
plenty of MMA shows he could
other.
have tried his hand at.
He could have, if he went on to Tough, that would be cool. You know, I would have watched an entire series of it.
He had a big name, so like, you know, they definitely garnered some pay-per-view buys because of him.
Touche. It's true. It's true. If he was a good fighter, that would be neat.
Well, I mean, Lesnar did it, but that's different. Yeah, it definitely brought him viewers.
Yeah, but he could kill people.
He shouldn't have been there.
I feel like he's too He's too like soft,
he started
like
way too late.
gentle.
Like he started fighting way too late.
I think he also just like cares about genuinely hurting people too much.
Well, I think
You
Punk.
have to like you have to be able to punch somebody in the face and cause CTE to somebody
Yeah,
at the end of the
he
day.
just like
You have to be
didn't
able
have
to
the
be
skill
okay with
set.
like shortening somebody else's lifespan. And I feel like Punk is very like he's that in theory, but in practice, like I feel like he cares about. Not that UFC fighters don't, but like he just it's part of his whole thing existence, which is why I like him so much. Not that UFC fighters don't, but they're built in a different direction.
Right.
Sean Strickland.
But all in all, like, but then he went to AEW in 2021. They signed him, and like he was like the biggest signing they ever had. Like he was, Punk was the reason that they first got um, a million viewers.
Yo.
Brought a lot of like attention. AEW was better than WWE in 2021, and I will stand by that.
Huh.
But a lot of backstage drama. He got in like actual fights multiple times. Um, I think they screwed it with him. Like he was their biggest star, hands down their biggest star. A lot of people in AEW just straight up didn't like him. So and Tony took their side, and then he showed up in Survivor Series.
It's still going, right? AEW.
Yep.
How would you feel, and do you think it's a possibility to have like a AEW versus WWE thing?
That will probably never happen for another 20 years.
But as like a person, would you be interested?
I would watch it, but it's not going to happen. Well, they're doing a TNA WWE partnership right now.
What is TNA?
Total Non-Stop Action.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So yeah, I could see a TNA versus WWE show because they have a partnership going on. AEW and WWE, no, they're like actually like beefing.
Huh.
Yep, AAA as well. Yep. I wonder where New Japan's gonna go because that's an interesting relationship that could be fleshed out because they had
Thank
a
you
big
for
one.
defining that, Mr. Fox.
Okay, he's not like back.
I want to see more of this like Mexican wrestling stuff. I've heard about it, but I haven't actually seen it, so it sounds like fun.
I think so too, but The Rock was also wearing that New Japan T-shirt, which could mean something. So, but like, I don't think it's like a done deal. I think WWE could easily outbid AEW for New Japan Pro Wrestling, 100,000% if they wanted to.
Are they touching tips?
AEW and oh yeah, you didn't know about The Rock wearing the New Japan Pro T-shirt on his Instagram? Yeah.
What do you think the like future of all these international leagues is gonna be?
I think, honestly, I could see WWE owning all of them.
Yeah, right. I feel like I can see them all combining into one.
And then, like, just monopolizing the industry yet again.
In a big old monopoly. But now on a global scale.
Yeah, but, like,
America!
I kind of like there being AEW. I like that there's competition. Like, I like the fact that wrestlers don't have to, like, suck up to WWE just to get ahead. Because, like, that's annoying. And, like, competition makes the product better.
I feel like having multiple
I prefer
entry
WWE,
points.
but, like, I like when there's competition. It just gives you more incentive to put on a better product.
I feel like if they encourage competition, but also still like provide the same kind of like spaces to do it, that would be neat. And just like
Right.
suck up your talent from different locations, because that'll just breed like natural competition.
Yeah.
It's great. My God, I feel like I'm being conditioned to eat when he eats. It's terrible. Like creature. I can't fidget because my fingers are wet. I'm gonna explode. I do actually. I was playing it. It's up there. I was playing it last month. I just haven't been doing it this month. UFC 5 is releasing their beta version, or released their beta version for PC. So, oh, it's Calf. Hello, Calf. Um, so you can play it on PC. It's included with your like cloud unlimited or whatever cloud blah blah blah, and it's actually pretty good. It plays pretty easily. You just like plug a controller into your PC and away you go. Because I've never actually had a console. I had Wii at some point. Fuck it. I mentioned it. Now it's gonna come back.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
This is the third stream that I'm trying not to do the Wii theme song.
I have a Switch as well, Mr. Fox.
I
I was
have
actually
a
playing Mario
Nintendo
Galaxy earlier
DS.
today on the 3D All Stars.
And I think I have like an N64 as well. I sure do. I'm a World of Warcraft playing gamer, so PC it is for me. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good on PC. Well, it'll be back shortly, probably next stream or the one after. Touch tips. Wow, look at that. That looks like so much fun. Could you imagine being in like a
I've been there.
sh-
I've yeeted along with everyone.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do. I play UFC 5 on PC. It's pretty good. Ryan's gonna start playing WWE. What's that one called? Have a good time.
Tell us how it is.
Tell us what you're
Tell
getting.
us what you get.
Yeah.
Jinx.
We love snack stories. We should
We'll
do we should do just a live, actually, when we do our live stream together. One.
Mm.
Soda and chips. We should do a snack thing. We should get a bunch of snacks and just like eat it. Turn into piggies. It's a good time. In 2 weeks we're gonna be streaming together. It does. Yeah, it's a beta version. It comes with the ultimate or unlimited or whatever their $20
Game Pass Ultimate.
Game Pass, that one, thank you. And it is the beta version, but it works fantastic. Like, it really is just plug and play. It's like a button you click, I want to play this game, and then it turns on. It runs very smoothly. It has all the stuff on it. For $20, like the game itself, because I was looking at, there's like several by EA Sports, like the F1 game by EA Sports, or like the NHL one, is like $80 to purchase on top of your Game Pass. $20 with Game Pass. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, you can. I really have to get it back on. Like, nobody really cared when we first were doing it, but yeah, it's $50 or $20. Get your Ultimate Game Pass. Plug in a controller. I just got like a random controller, like a wired one from Amazon, but I'm sure that it has Xbox or whatever. Have fun, be safe. Yeah, I'll get that running next week again. Why not? I was just a little lazy. Eat. Oh, 9:15. It's witching hour, guys.
Ugh.
They did pretty good today. They were menaces. See, now that we've seen both of the twins again, I feel like now I've like definitely figured out the difference between the twins. Like they have such completely different
I couldn't tell
personalities.
them apart for years.
It was my first few weeks with them.
No, I'm just saying my personal experience. I could not tell the two apart.
Oh, you couldn't. Or you could.
I could not for
Oh.
like
No, I think
Good
they're
news.
so fucking different.
Yeah, now there's a
What
big
is it, Jay and what's his brother's name?
Jimmy.
Jamie. I feel like Jay is like a lot more beach boy. You know what I mean? Where Jimmy's like
Mm.
a lot more good church boy.
Ooh, Gunther's coming back.
Ayo, Europe daddy. How is
With
Netherlands
his belt
today?
back.
Tell us about the weather. It was 22 to 24 degrees here today. It was hot as. And I went outside and we had a watermelon patio time and it was fantastic. Although I did walk around in jeans and it was kind of hot. I might have burnt my burn. I'm very sad about it. This one bit doesn't look good. I'm upset about it. I love Gunther. I also really want grills. Those are two separate thoughts, but want it.
Yeah.
Hey yo. Man, I really do want to come to Amsterdam. It sounds like such a fun fucking time. It was a
Oh,
great
that's
time.
good weather. 25 Celsius.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's perfect weather as far as I'm concerned.
Gorgeous. Anything like 10 and above, that's my shit. But I don't like once it reaches 30, I'm not down with that anymore. At all. Like if I can live in a place where it's between 10 degrees and 30 degrees, perfection. I lived in New Zealand for a little bit. It didn't drop below like a 1 degree Celsius. That was great. Spicy. Not spicy. It's lukewarm. As a country.
You know, Jay, I understand what you're doing here because I know what it's like to be a champion. 80% of my time in a company, I've been a champion, so I understand.
How long has Gunther been in the UFC or in the WWE? I keep saying that today.
Think since like 2018, 2019.
Ayo. What is the winter and fall temperature over there? Because I can't envision it at all. I feel, is it rainy? I feel like it must be rainy. It seems like a rainy country. We're in that belt of rainy countries. Oh, that's not bad. We get like negative, like we're in Toronto, we get like negative 20 plus wind chill.
Oh my god, this winter was unbearable.
Bitch and a half. Was it in Toronto?
Yes,
Why?
unbearable.
What made it unbearable? I thought we had
It
a
was
pretty
negative
mild winter.
20, so much freaking snow.
I guess the snow, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, so I'm up north and they had like a shit ton of snow, but I kind of just like was like, this is just being up north. This is what it is. Like, you could have given me any amount of snow and I would have just accepted it full stop. Just like, yeah, that's normal. But apparently it was like an ungodly amount of snow, which was weird. Yeah. But I feel like in Toronto it's usually pretty cold because of the buildings and the wind chill that goes between them. It like offsets the chilliness. Plus the lake. I remember there was like years where it was like minus 40 almost with the wind chill. And we would go out to parties half dressed.
Yeah, I don't know how I used to do that.
Me and Rowan one time, it was New Year's, and it was like one of like Patrick's like warehouse parties or whatever, and then we were going home, and like on New Year's they always let the TTC be free, but that also means that like there's just a lot of chaos. And so the roads were icy. The bus like skid and like hit something. There was just like everybody on board was like packed in and just like just hammered because it's New Year's night and the TTC's free. And then we had to stand outside in the cold waiting for the next bus for like 20 minutes, and I was wearing a mini skirt.
Oh,
It's a good time. It's one of the reasons I don't go out anymore. I'm like, that's too cold for me. Screw that.
yeah.
Jey Uso oozing with confidence. But let's not get
Negative
ahead of
3 sounds
ourselves,
wonderful, though.
because Uso has to go through Logan Paul a week from
Maybe I
Saturday.
should move to Amsterdam.
Saturday night's main event.
If you're down with that.
Yeah, go for it.
We can make this show from anywhere.
Yeah.
Just be like a weird time difference, but that's okay. Oh, they're not gonna fight?
Gunther is challenging the winner of Logan Paul versus Jey Uso.
When are we gonna see Logan Paul again?
He might be here today. I'm not sure.
I'm also down with Logan Paul lately. I know you hate that, but
You're pretty alone in that boat.
I know, but still, I'm gonna stay on that boat. You're coming on that boat with me, whether you like it or not. Strap in, motherfucker.
You're a freaking terrible person.
Yeah, sure, but like, you know, half of these people are terrible people from what you tell me.
Fair. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't hold. Like,
If you're gonna be a bad person, you might as well be open about it. I'd rather you be a bad guy and like just tell me straight up than like be a bad guy and hide it. You know, Braun.
Lie about
Not happy about that.
Well, that's our main event.
Yeah, I'm happy with the whole Rhea Ripley Io Sky partnership. That looks like fun.
Yeah.
I'm content with that experience. I'm glad that mutual adversity has brought them together.
Oh, Sabu.
Aww. Sad. We don't know cause of death right yet. I tried to research, but oh.
Every time he performed, he's put his life on the line for everybody's entertainment. We are forever grateful for his service to this industry. We all remember Sabu tonight. Send our condolences to his family.
Oh. He was the Sheikh's nephew, I read. Sheikh.
The what?
The dude, there was like a wrestler who was like the Sheikh or something like that.
Oh, the Sheik.
Oh, sure, whatever. Be American. Why not?
That's what it was, the Sheik.
Sure. And. But yes, he was his nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was an interesting, like lineage, whatever.
That's crazy he's passed. He just retired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like a few months ago.
I didn't find any information on his passing or anything like that.
Yeah,
but it
I
like
don't
just
know either.
happened like yesterday, so that makes sense. I'm not a big fan of this team. I don't know why.
Three brothers?
American made, I just don't care about them.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Perhaps they are too squeaky for me.
Yeah. Too squeaky clean.
Yeah. I like my athletes dirty. Rugged. Unshaved. Problematic.
All rough around the edges.
Yeah. In that very specific way. Oh, that was a cool pencil catch. That was neat. I think I have to, like, elongate this situation. I don't know what you're. I like New Day. This is why.
Oh, they're funny in that
I
regard.
feel like they
but
just don't give a shit, and I kind of like that. I'm a fan.
And I know you don't like it. You saw it in the referee's decision to split up the creeds. You guys are bleeding mine.
I would like to see all the Sioux people fight. That would be entertaining.
No.
What? What?
You can't run forever. So to me, a triple threat tag match. I don't know when.
June 7th. Oh, that's actually not that far.
You're gonna
away.
like that show, Money in the Bank.
I am gonna like that. I want another cage fight. I think I was like a little spoiled because when we first started doing this, immediately we watched like a caged situation, and I kind of thought that that was gonna be like a common theme. But we haven't seen another one of those in a while, so or ever since.
Wait till you
we
watch
started.
a Hell in a Cell match.
Huh?
Wait till you watch a Hell in a Cell match.
What?
A Hell in a Cell match.
Oh. Was that the one you said where like the different cells open up and there's
Page,
several? Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Show me the options.
Oh.
He's like a big chihuahua. Like if a chihuahua and a pit bull had a baby, it would be Braun Breaker. No?
I could see it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Point for me.
Yeah.
Aw, look at him, he's gorgeous. Don't you just want to like pinch his cheek? Just pat him on the back and tell him he's doing great. No, that's fine. I get it. It's just me.
I'm gonna use this time to go to the washroom.
Yeah. Have fun. Don't get lost. Oh, squeaky chair. Squeaky chair. My lord. How's everybody's weekend going? Monday. How's everybody's Monday going? Whoever's in the chat and wants to yap with me while we wait for Ryan. So our Monday is reasonable. It was slightly productive, which was nice. Slightly productive is always an accomplishment.
Is it odd that the Intercontinental Champion Dominic's not out here? Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. Where's Dom? We know he's here. Saw him earlier. JD!
He's hiding.
JD, where's Dom? Where's Dom? He's obviously ignoring us. JD, great work with the time
Hey
zone.
yo, hello,
Where's
Mr.
Dom?
Fox. What did you miss? Groundbreaker attacked.
Where's Dom?
Who did he attack? Ryan's in the bathroom. He will fill you in. He attacked
They'll hurt us. They're feet away.
fucking Jey Uso, I believe. We just finished a match. I'm so bad at this. I have no idea. They touched tips. Somebody got fucked up. I am not the reporter on these experiences. If you asked me what happened in UFC, I'd be able to tell you. Yeah, I'm sorry. He'll be back shortly from the bathroom. Give you a more accurate description of the experience. How was your adventure, though? Did you make it to the snack point safely? Well, they just had UFC 315. They had Bilal be dethroned by JDM. Valentina Shevchenko defended her title. 315 was like, in my opinion, it was like fine. It was good, but it was fine. But I'm looking forward to the rest of the matchups going forward and like where that leaves us for the other bouts, like the other configuration of the fights. So for Makhachev versus JDM, I think Makhachev's gonna eat JDM. We've got questions in the chat of what happened in the past thing. My answer was somebody got beat up, and I don't know.
It was Jey Uso. He got beat up by Braun Breaker. Gunther will be challenging the winner of Logan Paul versus Jey Uso after the fact, which I'm going to assume is either Money in the Bank or Night of Champions. I think Money in the Bank probably.
Yeehaw. I'm excited to see Money in the Bank. What was our last fight? I was trying to remember. Sugar Sean is fighting next fight. So 316 is going to be Marab versus Sean 2, which I think is interesting because I'm a big fan of Sugar Sean, but I felt like that was actually a pretty fair fight. I don't know why. I think that he has really good reaction time because of his whole like gaming background, but like he just needs more time actually being an MMA fighter and in the ring. Because in terms of like outperforming fighters based on his pattern recognition, he obviously has that, but he just needs more like sparring time so he can like his brain can physically catch up to his like physical reaction time, right? So we'll see how this second fight goes, but I don't know. I think Marab's got it. But we'll see. I'm surprised that it's coming so fast. Like, I thought that they would have definitely put Marab against, like, other people, especially since he's in that, like, title holder position. But I guess enough Gen Z people wanted to see the rematch. So, but I'm on board. I like him as a fighter, in general. I want to see more Strickland fights, to be honest. DDP. I want to see, what is it, DDP versus Ankalaev. I want to see that.
DDP Yoga?
DDP Yoga. Yeah, he is. Izzy's like having a bit of a moment because he got like defeated by everybody back to back to back. So I think he's just like really feeling it now, especially like because he's like, you know, he was like really on his shit, really up there in the rankings, and I think that like now that he's been defeated by so many like newer fighters, it's just like he's really taking a hit to like his ego. I think that once he like works through that and just like accepts the fact that like everybody gets older and everybody like eventually gets outperformed, then he can, or if he's like comfortable fighting in the not at the top but like within the like mid card kind of space, I think he can continue on with his career as long as he's not just like crying every single time he gets beat up. But we're seeing a wave of that, right, where like you have this like millennial wave kind of receding and Gen Z wave coming in. But also again, it's like the same thing where it's like fighters really like take it to heart whatever like social media says and social media like social perception, and for some of them it just like kills their attitude.
AJ Styles in front.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Talked to AJ
Mhm.
earlier
Mhm.
today.
Mhm.
He said he's still having fun. Still loves coming out here and competing here tonight.
Yeah.
Championship runs in his future.
But we
Yep.
are going through
Jake the
all of
Snake
the.
has said that the DDP yoga saved his life.
That's what AJ Styles is. It has been Sunset Flip.
In
And
what way?
Butterbean.
Classic Balor there. That roll through the basement. Get covered out.
I wonder if it's like breathing.
Gets the shoulder up. Balor knows exactly that control his momentum. Basement drop kick there. Roll through. Swy's been a world champion before. Swy's potentially not loving the fact that Dominic
21.
Mysterio may be bossing around to him. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Dominic has seen you get boss as of late. I feel like defense.
How do you feel about this fight, Ryan?
Yes, they did have a in memory for Sabu moment. It was
Yeah.
really well done. It wasn't like massive because obviously he wasn't assigned a wrestler. But yeah, they did have a tribute to him.
Was he in WWE?
Yep, he was in
Oh,
WWE for a
okay,
bit.
cool. Like he retired from WWE, or he was fighting somewhere else?
Well, he left WWE I think in like 2007,
Oh, okay, like to do his own.
and he never came back. He just did
Right.
indie work and all that stuff.
Right. It's nice though. It's really nice that they like recognize their own people, like fighters and stuff, even if they're not like currently signed. That's
Yeah,
cute.
they've
It
even
shows
if they had
community.
like bad blood, they've always like.
Nice. I like that. It's so sweet. I have the Juno theme song still stuck in my head, or like soundtrack.
Huh.
Day 2 of that. I have to stop holding shit so close to my face. Ayo. I like the color combination here.
With the green and black,
Are you colorblind? That is
yellow and black.
Yes.
Oh, it looked kind of lime green. Okay.
Even if you are, that's okay. We will love you anyways. Most boys are. That's all right. There was like Eliza's show where she was like, "That's red." See how it's a hollow laugh?
Matter of minutes. Rhea and Io together as a team against Roxanne and Julie. Man, what a future for those two.
I'm not sure. I feel like they're in need of one, like, pretty badly. But that's just me.
How does a draft pick work?
It's just people from Raw go to SmackDown and vice versa, and then they call up a couple NXT people.
I see. Do they switch around? Like, they do, right? Because we saw somebody transit. Yeah, because they were trying to sell Sammy to SmackDown a few weeks ago.
I don't remember that, but I could be wrong.
When Seth Rollins was like, right? When he like.
I don't remember that at all. If I'm being honest with you.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying it
you
didn't happen. I just do not.
We had a whole conversation about it where he was like trying to tell him to go to SmackDown because he was like dominating shit now. Remember when he first got his whole thing and it was like him and the two amigos, whatever amount of amigos. You don't remember that?
No.
It was like a 2-day event.
Oh, WrestleMania?
No, like it was like a 2-day ordeal.
I don't remember this.
Telling him telling him that like because they're friends, he will just move him to SmackDown, and then this is going to be his legacy. Yada yada yada.
Oh,
you really do have
Gunther
a
was telling
memory
that to Jay?
No, it was Seth Rollins saying that to Sami Zayn. That instead of being on Raw, he can go and be on SmackDown.
He might have said it. I don't remember.
My God. You're incredible. I can tell you
My
secrets and
memory's
you'll just forget.
terrible.
Good.
Like, genuinely terrible.
Wonderful. My memory is the complete opposite. Most of the time. Sometimes it's gone. There's certain holes that exist. I like how colorful it is, but I also am not entirely entertained by this situation. Only partially.
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it continues.
What are you drinking?
What do you think I'm drinking?
Is it White Monster? Rehaw. I miss a Monster. Coke Zero. Hee-haw. I'm drinking water.
Yeah, I drink a Coke Zero. I don't usually drink pop, but I would drink a Coke Zero.
Yeah. I actually miss Coke. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, we were just recently talking about it. Did you guys know that Dr. Pepper's flavor is actually prune juice? It didn't occur to me, but it does taste like prunes.
I don't taste that at all.
You have a face on. I do. I think it's neat though. I still love it. Sparkly prune juice. Really? I definitely
Thank you,
taste
Mr.
it.
Fox.
I don't know about you
I
guys.
taste more cherry. I can see the cherry.
In Dr. Pepper?
Yep.
Really?
Really.
Really. I don't know. I don't know if I taste the cherry. I think it looks like cherries. Is it cherry? Oh, okay, well we'll ask chat. We'll ask chat. What's the flavor of Dr. Pepper based on? Tell me the secrets. Oh, well. Okay.
Is it cherry?
Dr. Pepper is known for having a blend of 23 flavors, which gives it its signature, hard to pin down taste. While the exact formula is secret, people commonly describe it as flavors of cherry, licorice, amaretto, vanilla, blackberry, plum, clove, cinnamon, root beer-like notes, cola, molasses, and peppery spice. Prune is not even on there, whatever. Spiced cherry cola with a bit of Dr. Jekyll mystery. Fun fact, the original creator, Charles Alderton, formulated it in the 1880s in Waco, Texas to taste like the scent of a drugstore where all the syrups and flavors were stored. So it's kind of meant to evoke a little bit of an everything flavor. Now it's asking me if I want a speculative list of the 23 flavors. Yeah. Well, that's silly. Somebody said it was prune recently. Who told me? I was like, I see that. I can't wait for UFC to be on Netflix. I want it now.
Yeah.
Give Netflix now. All I care about. I think if they put like all of, there's rumors. I don't know how. So like because they're owned by the same company and yada yada yada. I've been hearing rumors from like the other side of the planet that says that they are going on to Netflix, but how trustworthy that is like questionable. But it would be awesome, and like we see like creators also starting to combine the two, so it would be logical for them to, but it also depends on if they want to just like develop their whole UFC platform and like make UFC its own paid for thing, but I just don't think that's gonna work. Also, I have this thing where I'm like, if we all just as fans keep talking about it, it will just force it to happen.
It'll manifest.
Yeah, like Dana is very good at like doing the thing that people want. We gotta watch Power Slap. I don't know when the next Power Slap is, but we gotta watch it. I think you're gonna love and hate it. Mr. Fox, how do you feel about Power Slap? Favorite question to ask.
AJ Styles so damn phenomenal. Catches the Pele kick into the calf crusher. Almost makes Finn Balor tap out with Judgment Day looking on. Now, look at how AJ goes right back to the now injured left leg of Balor. Wait a minute, then go back to the middle of the range, drops Styles, and now Finn's back in control.
Yeah, that seems to be most people's reaction. I did watch some of the seasons. I think that like because they're basically doing like an Ultimate Fighter like tough kind of pre game to it. Where they like show all the stuff and there's different teams and whatever. So I really enjoy the aspect and the storylines for all the dudes that are competing in it. I think as it develops, it's gonna get more fun because they're making it more sciencey. They have like a cube and shit. But yeah, I think in terms of giving again opportunities to people that would not be able to be like full-fledged fighters otherwise, it's a cool option, and it's fun to like document it. But I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm a big Power Slap supporter. I know that's dumb. Yeah, I'm ambivalent about this match.
More damage being done to the leg. Balor, though, trying to roll through. AJ Styles caught him.
Oh, oh!
Yes. It's wonderful. I love the drama of Tough. Love the drama of Power Slap. And they have like, like just good old American stories. It's like I'm a father and I wanna make some money and do a thing and like it offers them that same kind of like
I think it's silly
visibility.
too, Mr. Fox.
It is silly, but it well, I mean, like, isn't everything silly if you really think about it?
No.
No.
Wrestling is very real and serious.
Very serious, absolutely. So is UFC 100. I think it's cool. I think it's like in the time and space that we have and with the platforms that like Dana White has, like it's a good use of his platformming. And they kind of have like attached it to UFC as well too, where like it happens like right before an event or after. So I'm just like it's good utilization of their resources. And the more people that participate, I think, is like it's cool.
Oh, that was close.
Ayo, Blue Penta. I still don't like Blue Penta. Give me back Red Penta. Or Purple Penta? Purple Penta is also really cool. I like Purple Penta. That was neat. The Tough for Power Slap is on Rumble, though. They have like 2 seasons, I think. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's
I would
it.
say the build-up series is better than the actual event. To an extent.
AJ Styles just beat Finn Balor.
Yeehaw. That was with the help of Penta, though, right?
Well, Penta just like even the odds.
Yeah. But I feel like just like UFC though, like if all of your matches were like really high energy, it would get too much for the crowd. So you have to have like an ebb and flow, I think.
Yeah, you need to have like time to unwind.
Mm-hmm. That tracks. He's neat. I like him. I really like his energy. A fun man. Where did Calf go? Yeah. I don't think I was there for that. What season of experience
DJ
was
Air.
that? Yeah. I feel like this year there's been so much, especially like build up to 300 and then after 300. Like, I feel like UFC has set such high expectations for their fights. I get that like both UFC and WWE right now are bringing in like their newest generation of like fans and stuff like that, but it has been a little jarring. And like my concern after 300 was like, are you going to be able to maintain this like high energy, like high hype kind of vibe? Nor do I think it's like necessarily good, because again, like when there's too much hype around UFC fighters, like it really does affect their fighting ability. And I'm like, I don't really care about the like pizzazz around what they can do. I want to see like how they actually measure up as athletes, as like a UFC fan. Like, it's cool, but also like I'm not following them for like their ability to like Pereira did very well in the social sphere. Um, but I'd rather see him fight than like see him in like a bunny costume or like whatever. So, but they seem to be leveling out now. Like, I think that it's like going back to, well, he kind of shit the bed socially lately, so can't do that and be in the spotlight. Just
Yeah.
don't fuck around if you don't want to find out, my dude. Um, I feel like if you have like a high ranking like that, you gotta be
I'll be back.
responsible. But it's okay. There's new people coming in. You know, it would be nice to see like a new Irish um, champion coming out, because I feel like right now it's pretty dominated by like Brazil and Russia. Um, so it would be nice, but isn't Ian Gary also doing Ireland? But he's like doing his thing. What do we have? Let us look. Oilers and Knights are playing. Just started. Yeah. Ian Machado, Gary. Machado, I think. I don't know. Whatever. He's like, I think he's been fighting for a few years now. Although I'm not entirely sure if he's. I'm pretty sure he's Irish. Yeah. Paddy the Baddy just did his. Just fought recently for. Was that 313? No. Edwards versus Brady. Nope. He just fought. When did he fight? Anyways, he just recently fought. I don't remember when. And I'm pretty sure he won. So that was cool. I'm on board for him. I like seeing him. I like his banter. I like how he handles the crowd, and how he also prepares for his fights. So defo on board for him. But he's like from, where's he from? Oh, he did fight UFC 314 against Michael Chandler, and he won TKO round 3. British, English. Yeehaw. Yeah. On the UK card, right? I'm excited for 316 for Sean versus Marab. And I think that Kevin's fighting on that one too. I'm a big Kevin Holland fan. Match 8. She
I
got
wonder what
Hannah
Becky's gonna
versus
say.
Amber Harrison.
I wasn't beaten on Saturday. No,
I'm not a fan of her.
I was beaten on Saturday. You don't believe me. You don't believe
Rory
me. Well, one of us
taken
was
to a
taken to
hospital.
hospital, her, and one of us went to.
Yeah, Becky was obviously, yeah, the man Becky Lynch was peak Becky Lynch.
I
She's
feel like I
alright
would have
now,
been a
but
fan of her like back when, but now she just sounds whiny.
yeah, she's pretty whiny now.
Because even after everything that Lyra has done to me after she came out week after week and attacked my character, the person that I am, I still made her the best version of herself. I gave her the best match of her career. And in just 3 weeks of standing on the outskirts of my spotlight, she has never mattered more than she does right now in her entire life, and it is not even close.
Yeah, she really is just. I mean, the man was what, 6 years ago? She had a great run at the top.
What was her like shtick before?
She was the man.
But like, what would she talk about?
I don't know, being the man. Becky, two
Double
belts.
champ. Okay.
She was just like more of an ass kicker.
Okay. Ah. Interesting.
Reaction. I saw all your comments online, and so I stepped away because if I'm not here to win world championships, then why am I here? But hey, no, look, I've always been for the people. I've always been for the people. So whatever you want, because hey, man, I have you to thank for my career, right? You guys, you carried me on your shoulders into the main event of WrestleMania. You saw yourselves in me. I was you, you were me, we were in this together, right? But then something happened. Something happened. I won. I won, and you couldn't see yourselves in me anymore because you
Sounds
had
very
nothing
much
to
like John Cena.
because all you know is failure. And, and yeah, you hate what you cannot understand. You wanna know something? When I was at one of my friends, they asked me, they said, "Hey, do you miss it?" And I had a thought. I said, "Hey, no, I do. I miss being in the ring, but it's weird. I like myself more." And I didn't understand what I was saying, but now I do because I wasn't captured by all of you. No, I didn't have to listen to you tell me who I am and what I'm about. I didn't have to listen to all of your lies. The same lies that I hear repeated from the one person that I had hoped for in this business. I didn't have to spin my wheels trying to prove myself that I wasn't what you say I am, but that all changes. Because from now on, whatever you say I am, I am. So I'm selfish? Yes, I am. I'm greedy? Yes, I am. I'm cutthroat? Yes, I am. And all those girls in the back that were happy I was gone, that thought I was safe because the fire had gone out of Becky Lynch, when they're finally gonna realize what it's like to be held down by the man.
Rory.
But one thing I'll say is, apparently the fire hasn't
She
went
seems
out of Becky
upset.
Lynch.
Just a little.
Whatever you say I
Just a
am.
tad bit.
If I wasn't, then why would you say I am?
Can't
Yeah,
imagine
I was
playing
gonna
that
say that's pretty
character
Eminem.
though, like IRL,
Hard talk.
Imagine being part of like We were talking about that with like somebody, where like being a performer and having this like creative experience like to be channeled through you, and like some people just really enjoy that and think it's neat. But that's such an interesting like thing to experience, I think. Release my string, please. I just want to do crafts. Dickhead.
And I can't leave my brothers until we all wake up. Do you think these people care that you're missing your family? Do you think these people care that each night your choices will hurt will be hurt? Last week, Cesaro stepped up to me, and the crowd cheered him on. Waltzing him straight into the flat line. And yet, you still seek their approval. That is because you let the sheep control the wolves. Get up off your knees, man! Don't you see that their cheers is like a stone for blade? I can see it right for them. That's why they keep mocking me and chanting my name.
Fuck, man.
But I will reclaim my own day once my job here is done. But until that day, remember this, my brothers. You will hurt me to hurt you. But I would rather you fall at my hand than fall out into the abyss. Yes, sir. I will do that.
Come on, Adam, think about it. You can do this.
So, son, I respect that how you look at it, and that's great, but I just can't give you a match with Rusev. You're not that, it's not clear, guys. I will be soon. I know you will be. When you are, we will revisit this conversation. I give you my word. Sour! How are you doing, fella? Fair play to my never like I know when you next year, you're gonna get the hell in the
One
hand of
more.
yeah.
Do one more.
Respect that. Thanks, guys. Here's 1 second. You can. What a return last week. No, fine, you guys. I was just glad to get back to work. Yeah, I'll be honest. I needed to shake off that ring rust. What rust? Well, you know, it's all in the head, fella. But I'll be honest, I want to keep that momentum going. So how about it, right? Think about this, yeah? Next week, Celtic Warrior versus the bouncing world heavyweight star, Grayson Waller.
Who's that dude?
Know what? Consider that.
Sheamus or Grayson Waller?
Oh, Sheamus, yeah. I remember him.
That's great.
Sheamus actually carries that shillelagh everywhere.
Absolutely. Bangers only with Sheamus, and next week, Grayson Waller is going to have to get into it.
Well, Monday Night Raw live on Netflix next week in the beautiful city of Greenville.
I like that they move around America. That's cool.
For Money in the Bank, and they
And we get to
continue
see all these like little American cities.
Raw.
Oh, qualifying matches begin next week.
Toronto's a big American city. I'm kidding.
Opportunity sometime down the road. Also next week, because of what transpired just a little bit earlier on, AJ Styles teamed with Penta. What a team that's going to be. And then on Finn Balor and JD McDonough of Judgment Day. You said it, Pat. It is going to be a banger. Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, back in action. You take Austin Theory for this against Grayson Waller. One-on-one next week. And hey, we're being told this was just made by our general manager moments ago. It is not for the World Championship.
Now?
It is Champ Jey
No.
Uso.
That's next Monday.
On Breaker.
The Dogs are going to be parking in South Carolina. As main event, Jey Uso.
I just want him to be on to the next arc. Like, I want him to do his own thing. I'm hating this whole touching tips situation. It's not making me happy at all. I disagree entirely.
Yep.
Is it main event time?
Yep.
I like these, like the two new women from NXT or whatever. I'm a fan. That's a
Oh,
boa
right.
right there. That's a boa. Well, like that's technically a boa configured into her attire, but that thing on her sleeve, that right there, that's a boa. The like long, feathery bullshit.
The Monday Julia. I said this
Julia.
earlier. Julia and Roxanne Perez are going to dominate this business for years to come. They team up next against the world champion
don't have
Sky,
a lighter
former
here.
champ Rhea Ripley, and our main event on Raw.
That's silly. My hip is not cracking. I was like doing this cracking thing earlier today. It usually cracks at least once a day. It's this like meaty, just joint sliding back into the joint socket sound.
Natural charisma.
Very fun. Over 25 is an experience. Do not recommend.
Yeah, neither.
If you can avoid it, do so like the plague.
Yeah.
They feel like not only are they the future, but they're the right now. And many people kind of believe that the women's division in NXT may be the best in the world right now.
Get in.
You can check it out on the screens globally right here on Netflix. So much talent coming from NXT, and Julia and her tag team partner tonight for main event are certainly two examples of the greatness of the NXT. Of course, the current champion, none other than Stephanie McMahon, who we've had the honor of watching here on Raw for a couple of weeks. And they're all impressive, they're all prepared, and they're all
Super
got
cocky.
this quiet.
I like her hair though.
They know they're great.
Yeah.
Prepared.
It reminds me of like cyber treads and shit.
Squad where Julie and Roxanne are right now in their careers. Yeah, the prodigy. The prodigy. Roxanne Perez, and just watching her mature over the past couple of years, watching her.
What are your thoughts on the two new people?
She believes
Um,
deserves to be
they're all right. I guess I'm gonna need to see this match.
Mm. Yeah, you don't seem to be on board with them yet, which is interesting.
They call it a prodigy for good reason. He's been at this since she was 15. It all comes very easily to Roxanne Perez. Roxanne and Julia.
He's a fan.
No, there's just a sign of a guy made it was just Roxanne Perez. He might be our biggest fan here in Louisville. There he is. My guy's ready. To watch a prodigy tonight. No reason to say anything after that. Coach from Chicago. NXT girls are in the main event. Hey, a lot to talk about tomorrow for Sam Roberts and Megan Morant, as they have Raw Recap brought to you by Fanatics, available every Tuesday on WWE's YouTube and all audio platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. This week's guest is spectacular. Penta. Speaking of spectacular.
And I like their outfits.
Great women in the WWE today. Roxanne Perez and Julia.
Not gonna lie. Look at her, she's adorable. I just love how intense she is, but then also she's so cute. And like
Yeah,
personable.
I feel like you see yourself in her.
Do I? That's cute. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
Did you hear that ovation for Rhea
I think she's
Sky?
lovely.
She walked out here tonight.
I don't know if you meant it that way, but fuck you. I'm taking it as
What? It could be a compliment.
GG.
Rhea Ripley that defended it in a
It could be an insult.
She's nice.
You and Sky, obviously our champion.
I do love her style. I would wear everything that she wears. I aspire to get back to a time and place where I can just wear that onto the street. If you try to do that in like small town Northern Ontario, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. I mean, they usually do anyways, but like,
Now on top
extra crazy. It's also just like not. I don't care if they look at me like I'm crazy. It's just mostly about the fact that like it's not very functional. It's a lot of
Yeah.
effort to put a tire on like that to like what go to the store and get milk like
Yeah.
Anomaly from Australia is
ain't it, guys?
Especially if you move the way she moves.
Yeah. There used to be a time though where like I would wear shit like that on a daily basis to like go hang out downtown or something.
Yeah.
Apple Store.
Crowd went crazy for Rhea.
Hey yo, it's nice to see Rhea back from Australia.
Oh, she's so hot.
How long again has she been around for?
I think she did Women's Evolution tournament in like 2018.
Mm.
Mae Young Classic.
Last week Rhea was in Australia doing a promotional tour in her homeland for the big events coming up in October. And well, Julie and Roxanne would take advantage of that, taking out Io Sky last week. Rhea told me earlier.
Yeah, because Roxanne and Julia do like a whole gang up,
Long week to mess around.
stab behind the back situation. I really enjoyed. I don't know if you've seen this, Mr. Fox, but Nina's thing with Rhea Ripley, incredible. It was nice to see Rhea Ripley like out of character. That was cool. Because she wasn't. I feel like when she appears on like public tours or whatever, she's still herself in character. But I feel like she was like someone, like the person in that video, and that was neat.
Yeah, her.
She had like no makeup or anything on. It was crazy. Cool. Coolio. I like that UFC's like diving into all the characters and shit, all the people, giving a more personal story.
Against two of the hottest up-and-coming stars in the business today, Roxanne Perez and
Personal
Julia
take.
in our main event.
Yeah, it just came out like a few weeks ago for one of their. I think it was before WrestleMania, but it was
Yeah, I
pretty
think
cool.
it was like the weekend of WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was neat. It was very neat.
Roxanne Perez tonight made a tremendous matchup last week, and Roxanne was trying to get out of harm's way, and Io Sky said, not so fast.
Roxanne might have done that on purpose, though. Prodigy always has a plan to.
We were talking about it at some point earlier, but it's cool to see like the transition between the two like entertainment spaces, because I don't think that like UFC fighters would be able to do wrestling, and like not that many wrestlers can do the UFC thing because it's just like different skills,
Yeah.
different requirements. But it would be cool. I think it would be really fun to just like put some of the UFC fighters through the ringer and just like make them wrestle in front of a big audience. Like I think half of them would cry because it's too much like.
I mean, they had Cain Velasquez face Lesnar in a WWE style match, and it was really bad.
I want more. Make more.
Everybody loves the business and has taken to it quickly. It's her and Julia. Making a name for themselves quickly here. On Raw.
Now, double team action. Roxanne and Julia working well together as they send Roxanne into the corner.
Good tag team work here by Julia and Roxanne.
Just stop holding shit so much.
Julia known as Beautiful Madness. And Roxanne Perez with a cheap shot. As Julia was dealing with referee Jessica Carr. And Rhea Ripley now.
They said, oh, that's true.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That was nuts.
oh, she went far with that.
Yeah.
Jessica Carr trying to separate Rhea Ripley and get her back out to the apron. And Julia now making Io Sky pay. Julia former World of Stardom champion.
I still want to go bounce off those ropes. That's still. I know you say they hurt, but it still looks like so much fun.
Oh, they hurt.
I know, but it looks like fun. You know me and my little masochism tip.
No, thought the tag was made, but Roxanne Perez move by Perez. The prodigy is ready.
Punch her in the face.
Mommy,
Make her bleed.
now mocking Rhea Ripley. I'm not quite sure that was the right move by Roxanne Perez. She's gutsy, but she get herself in a little bit of trouble here. Julia caught. Perez drives Ripley. Spine first
Ryan.
to the post. Great team.
What's up?
Is John Cena here tonight?
No, he's on SmackDown.
Ah. When did he transition to SmackDown? Is that with Backlash?
He's been on SmackDown the whole time.
What?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was on SmackDown the whole time.
But I thought we saw him on Monday. Like the first few times that we
Yeah, he was, but when he won the belt, he was very SmackDown.
Sorry, very what?
He was very much a SmackDown guy.
Huh. Well, that's silly.
Yeah, Raw has the World Heavyweight title, SmackDown is WWE title.
Oh, I see. I've been asking Ryan about that for a while now. The different titles. Is that just the two titles? What else do they have right now?
They have the IC title and the US title. Both women and men have that.
Interesting.
And men have 2 sets of tag belts for each brand, and women have 1 tag belt.
Okay.
Kick out at 2 by the champion. Roxanne knew that probably wasn't going to be the end of the match. Just wanted to see where the ego was. 2 counts, okay, for complete control, Roxanne and Julie. Roxanne extremely confident. Some would call it egotistical, but she believes in herself. Goes a long way, and she delivers that running uppercut. Confidence is a big part of every business. And look at Perez. Into the side rush and leg sweep on Sky. Close to the cover. Hooks the leg. And Agenio's got to kick it too. So clean there by Roxanne. Into the sidewalk slam. I talked to Booker T, the Hall of Famer, first contributions of NXT a couple of weeks ago about Roxanne. I asked him, what was it about her? He said the first time he met her, he knew that she was going to be a star. Just something about her, the way she carried herself, how athletic she was in the ring.
Well, okay, so for these like tag team situations, how come sometimes they have to stand and wait to be tagged in, and then other times they can just like chaos time run in and like fuck each other up?
Well, it's all about who's the legal person. Like, the legal person is the only one that can get pinfalls or be pinned.
Okay.
And if you're in the ring, theoretically there should be a time limit, like for how long you can be in there, but they kind of like ignore that rule a lot.
Okay.
But yeah, it comes
But if
down
you're
with, like,
outside of the
legal
ring,
person.
is it free game?
Yeah, outside the ring's free game.
Okay, I see.
But if you're a legal person, you have to the count of 10 to get back in.
I see. Mom is home.
Yeah. She's so good.
It's her and Jade that make me want to work out. Faux show. Neat. Oh, I do like her choker.
Just like Rhea Ripley was excited she could inflict more pain. And the Let's Go Mommy chance here tonight in Louisville. But Perez, just feisty, just continues to fight back into this.
Oh.
Perez may make her pay here. I should say Rhea may make Perez
Oh, jeez. That looks painful.
Just one slight mistake, and Mommy's going to take advantage.
Oh.
Up there. Dangerous position here for Roxanne Perez. Who lands on the apron and delivers a blow of her own.
Oh, crazy.
Then she delivers a solid shot to Rhea's jaw. Wow! Hurricane Rana. Roxanne Perez
Quickly into the cover.
Oh, that's a good question.
The wasted motion went right for the cover there to try to put Rhea away.
Ryan.
As you have her down.
It really depends on the person and like the school you go to. Some people they like take over a year.
The question was, how long does it take on average from training pro wrestling to your first match?
Like I said, it really depends on the person. Like I've seen people like be in there within like 3-4 months and have their first match. I've seen people take a few years or like a year or so. It really depends on like the person, who's the teacher.
I'm assuming like what your background is too, right?
Yeah, your athleticism, like how quickly you're picking up on like the course. There's it's a lot. There's a lot to it. I would say like 8 months maybe is a good time, on average. You could probably go into a first match by then. It's not gonna be very good because it's your first, but
Who knew?
Io Sky desperately wanted to get into the fight.
Roxanne trying to make it back to Julia. It does. Julia's legal, and so is Io Sky, the world champion.
My nails are a bit shit, but I'm gonna re-dye them at some point.
With the right hand, such a clean uppercut. To the Sky. On Julia. You're going to go where she's comfortable up to the top rope. Sky with that
oh,
drop kick.
She's adorable.
Io Sky.
Today I had another moment where I was like, I just want to cut all my hair off. But again, I'm worried that if I do cut it to shoulder length, then the next step is going to be buzzing it off.
yeah,
I don't have that kind of self-control.
yeah.
Don't they do that in wrestling sometimes?
What?
Something about cutting people's hair off?
Yeah, they've done hair versus hair matches.
That's so silly.
Yeah.
Where we headed, Cole? Gonna go up top, the genius in the sky, ready to fly. Over the left zone, cover. Hook to the leg. Perez saves the matchup.
Oh, I thought that was Rhea for a sec. I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Perez now,
Right, their outfits are so similar.
not the legal competitor, but certainly enough to. Slide Russian leg sweep again.
Cool.
Sky is not. There's the counter.
But Rhea's not even that tall, right?
Sky, now a double take.
5'7" or
Rhea's,
something.
yeah, she's just comparatively tall.
It's crazy. When they were doing first, like women wrestlers, were they? What were their like sizes? Were they smaller? Because you said that like old wrestlers used to be like over 6 foot. Most of them. Did they do
I
the
think
same with women or?
same size, I would say, for the women.
Or were they tiny?
Yeah, China was huge.
What is huge?
Like she was like,
Like over 6 foot.
I don't know how tall Trish is. Maybe 5'6".
Oh. That's interesting.
Dangerous move here.
Crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Rhea Ripley's actually like she's not that like as a woman she's not that big. She just it comparatively again looks bigger than the rest of them, but that means that the
Yeah.
rest of the fighters are like really tiny,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Because Ryan was telling me about how like the wrestlers were like 6 foot something, and then they would choose like smaller referees. But still, like having just dudes be that size is like incredible to find over and over again.
Maybe Io Sky now up that backbreaker.
Put that like that right here, bro.
Powered off the chance for Louisville. Go into the corner, walks out to the apron by Julia. Now gonna climb to the top. Rhea makes the tag. Dive. Up over the top. Rhea Ripley's legal. I don't think Julia realizes it. Oh my goodness! Roxanne just took out Julia thanks to Ripley. Now, killing it, Julia. Roxanne didn't realize what happened, but Rhea Ripley outsmarted. Oh, what a headbutt. Clean headbutt to Julia from Mommy. Oh,
Hey yo.
goes Julia.
That's got to be it.
Yeah, I'm content with that. Yeehaw. Good job. I like that they're no longer fighting each other, but I'm sure that's gonna end at some point.
Yeah.
They're so cute though.
Io and Rhea just a little bit tougher in this matchup to pick up the victory in our main event. What a great main event we had. So much damage inflicted on both sides. Great tag team wrestling.
Yeah, that was the main event.
Rio Sky.
It was alright.
Rhea, Io, Sky.
Thoughts, Ryan? What's your feedback?
It was an alright show. This feels kind of.
Mr.
I
Fox,
don't know,
what's your
nothing major
feedback?
happened, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, I was down with it. I like the title match or whatever main event situation. It looks
gonna
like
look
she
at that
still
belt?
wants that belt though. She's looking at it a little wolf-like. They keep doing that where she like keeps handing it back to her begrudgingly. Yeah. Yeah, I was really excited to see CM Punk. I like screamed last time he came back on. I was so excited to see him. I was a little worried that he wouldn't return, and then I would cry and be bored. But that was lit.
Yeah, that's usually what happens, Mr. Fox. It picks up around SummerSlam. Money in the Bank should be a fun show. That's going to be a really big one.
I am stoked. Oh, my monitor decided to die there for a minute. Alrighty,
But,
that's the end of that. Thank you for. Oh, Jesus. I apologize. That was annoying. I appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for hanging out. Rehaw. We always appreciate people like hanging out with us and
we'll be
chatting
back.
and stuff.
I'll be missing SmackDown, but we'll be back for Raw next week.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate
so sweet.
that. Yeah, we'll be back on not Friday, but when are we back? So no SmackDown this week.
Sunday would probably be better.
Sunday we'll be doing a rewatch of a UFC event, and then yeah, we won't do Friday. I might be on Thursday. Rehaw. All good? Any other commentary?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Alright, we love you guys. Have a good
Thanks for
night.
joining us.
Enjoy. Thank you for joining. Good night.